Vicki Chelf, and I'm the author of Vicki's Vegan Kitchen. And I'm going to show you how to make a parsnip soup. And you know, parsnips are like white carrots, and they're so delicious. A lot of people haven't eaten parsnips or don't use them on a regular basis, and they're sort of like spicy and just so good. Anyhow, I put a lot of garlic and onions in the soup, and the secret is roasting or sauteing the garlic and the onions very, very slowly. And I'm using a whole head of garlic in the soup, so it's actually a garlic parsnip soup. So let's just start by peeling the garlic. And I smash it like that to get the skin off. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in a pan. Turn it on high to start. Always impatient. And we're going to take the garlic that we chopped and the onions. Going to put the chopped onions in first. So it's one large chopped onion, and I used a whole head of garlic here. So let's put the onion in the bottom, and I'm just going to put the garlic on top, because the garlic can get a little bitter if it gets burned, so we don't want it to get burned. So we'll have the onions on the bottom, garlic on top, and we're going to just close the lid when it starts to sizzle. I'm not even going to stir it for a while. When it starts to sizzle, I'll stir it, and we'll let it cook very, very slowly. I'm going to leave it covered and cook very, very slowly until it's reduced by at least half, and then we'll add the parsnips in the water and keep going. So, but I'll tell you what the other ingredients are. So besides the onions, garlic, olive oil, we're going to use about 1.5 pounds of parsnips. And the way to clean these, you just brush them off with a brush and cut out any bad spots and just slice them like this, just like you would carrots. And we're going to use some herb de Provence, which is a nice mixture of different, it's got basil and thyme and rosemary and just all of the beautiful things that grow in the south of France. We're going to flavor it with that. And I've got a couple of vegetable bouillon cubes, which you can use. This has enough flavor, you don't need them, but if you have them, you can add it. And in the end, we're going to add a little white miso. And the white miso adds enzymes, it's good for your tummy, adds the good probiotics, and it will make it all taste really, really good. So when the onions and garlic are nicely reduced and start to get brown a little bit, you can add 4 cups of water and the parsnips. So we're going to bring it to a boil, and I think I'm going to just put it back on the other burner and put the parsnips in. We're going to add some 2 veggie bouillon cubes. And you don't have to. This does have enough flavor, but I've got them, so we can add them. Little herb de Provence. I don't know if we added that once or not. We can add it a second time. It's not going to hurt. And bring to a boil. Cook until the parsnips are tender, and then we're going to blend it. Okay, when the parsnips are tender, we're going to take them off the stove and just blend them up. So I love to use a hand immersion blender for this. It's just so much easier than dumping it all into a blender or food processor. This takes a minute. As it's blending, I think I'm going to add some miso. So 1, 2 or 3 tablespoons of miso. And you can taste it after. If you're on a sodium-restricted diet, you don't want to add too much miso because it is high in sodium. but it does give it a beautiful flavor and a lot of wonderful enzymes that are so good for you. Now, you never want to cook anything after you add the miso, so you can heat it, but don't cook it. And so like I said, if you like your soup thin, you can thin it down. I like it like this, so I'm going to show you the consistency. So I'm going to put a little parsley on top, and we have a delicious cream of parsnip soup. Very simple and very good.